Sacramento will have it first. Carter will bring it up court across the midcourt circle. Carter had 13 against the Raptors. Got to the free throw line. Let's see what they run on this opening set. Keep action by Achua, and he left it short.
And dare we say it, that might be the third play this season that Doug Christie and Mike Miller have drawn up for Precious Achua.
We're keeping count. Murphy off the mark, shooting 38% on the season out of bounds. It'll come back to Sacramento.
And, you know, you talk about foul trouble. Yes, Max Reynaud did get into foul trouble in Toronto, but throughout the course of his rookie season, which, by the way, he's been rewarded for the month of March as the Western Conference Rookie of the Month, he hasn't been foul prone, so I expect him to bounce back against the Pelicans.
DeRozan whips it out to Clifford, draws the closeout, missed with the left. He was much more decisive that time. That's what the coaches like to see. Williamson burrowing his way to the bucket and scores it. He is so efficient driving to his left and strong hand. Achua losing it on the drive off the turnover. It'll be Pelicans basketball. Clifford with some token three-quarter court pressure on Murphy. Jones off the wide action. Carter went for the steal. Jones couldn't convert the layup, and here's Reynaud. DeRozan into the front court. DeMar had a very quiet first half against the Raptors, but you all heard about the way that story ended, right? Clifford with the hezzy on Zion Williamson. Reynaud with 6 on the shot clock. A sweeping hook is pure.
And a nice look there by Max Reynaud. That is something that we have seen him develop throughout the course of his rookie year, is just the comfort level with it now. It's second nature.
Murphy off the chin cut, didn't get the pass. Saddiq Bey has been one of the great stories amongst the wreckage and lack of success this year for the Pelicans, albeit missing that 3 ball, coming off of ACL surgery not that long ago. DeRozan out top. Murphy switching on to him. DeRozan checks into the office and rebounded by the Pelicans.
And neither team really getting it going here early on.
Bey on the drive against Carter in rush hour traffic, scores it. And I was just talking about the fact that 4% free throw shooter last night in that loss to Portland. He scored 15 points.
I think one of the biggest areas where he's had impact is, you know, you look from a year ago, is beyond the arc. I mean, he has consistently been able to knock that shot down at a high level.
Yeah, 37% this year. On the blow by Clifford. Comes off the rim to Williamson. Clifford's gotten 2 good looks off nice moves to the basket. Williamson, straight line drive for the bucket.
And for his size, he is deceptively quick, especially in that first step. So he's going to get on top of you really quickly if you allow him that lane.
Reynaud over to the shorter defender, Herb Jones, who fouls.
Really now consistently throughout the course of the second half of the season, they've developed a lot of chemistry, but it causes problems for opposing each other in that big-to-big action really well.
Yeah, Reynaud really efficient playing out of the pocket with the guards. Ball screen actions as Williamson brings it up. Sacramento down by 3, just underway here. Williamson off the little brush screen. Clifford took that right in the chest. Won't need to go to urgent care. Will join the team on the other end. DeRozan off the screen. Clifford open from deep. And he's 0 for 3. Clifford's mom and dad in attendance here tonight. Sitting right to our left. Williamson inside. Wow, bounding high with a little jump hook. Williamson, by the way, Katie, shooting 60% from the field, right around his neighborhood.
Yeah, and, you know, he's taken, what, 4 3-point field goal attempts this season. Everything he's taking is going to be in that paint or just outside in that mid-range area. But you saw a moment ago as he's going to get the foul right there on.
In comparison to Toronto. Eves Misi inside, smoked the layup, and here come the Kings in transition. Quickly up to DeRozan. Finds Reynaud. Nice little jump hook shot. He's got 8.
And really nice start for him. You said a moment ago, now 8 points, as you say, but you look at it, he had 2 fouls within 6 minutes in Toronto and had to sit out. He did not really get in any kind of a rhythm, and it looks like it is a focus tonight by Max Reynaud. That is perfect offense right there.
Off to a much better start, had 6 points only up in Toronto, but The good news is with the exchange rate, that translates into probably 8.5 points.
I'm going to let you do all the math on the exchange rate. I'm not going to be any use for you.
The president of the mini committee has finally checked in. DeMar DeRozan makes it a 10-9 game in favor of the Kings. Sadiq Bey going to try and walk down Devin Carter here. Help coming from Achua. They repost it to him. And Sadiq Bey off the mark with the midi. Precious Achua with a grab and go. Got ripped by Williamson. Good defense by Zion Williamson. Here's a mismatch. Murphy with the jab. Goes tween a couple times and punches it over the top.
That is a nice move by that young man right there. Good handles on the perimeter, but to get past Max Reynaud, who is very good being able to switch off onto smalls.
Back out top, DeRozan. Williamson switches onto him. DeRozan from 10 off the mark. Mar off to a 1-for-3 start. Sadiq Bey in the lane. Good defense by Reynaud to stay down. Murphy again, this time against Achua. And that's going to be a...
all on the floor. He's done a really good job in terms of showcasing himself in this opportunity.
DeRozan leading the break into the corner. Cloud with quick trigger. Comes off to Misi. Cloud had a nice game. A double-figure contest again in Toronto. At 11 points on 4 of 8 from the field off the miss. Misi. As Fears gets ready to come into the ballgame. Murphy in traffic draws the hit. And we'll go to, we're talking about Reynaud having a tough time staying out of foul trouble in the Toronto.
And you've got 2 rookie bigs that are having to, you know, make up a lot of the playing time in their positions. And I feel like overall this season, they've done a tremendous job of staying out of foul trouble.
Sacramento in their double big lineup with Reynaud and Cardwell. Let's see how it works out. Killian Hayes on the sticks. Got stripped, and here come the Pelicans in transition. Fears into Williamson. Boy, good defense that time by Cardwell. Fears, fearless for 3.
And when you talk about stopping this New Orleans Pelicans team in transition, a lot of it starts on this end right here on the offensive end. Turning the ball over just fuels their transition, and the Kings have coughed it up 3 times already early in this game.
Spray to the corner. Hayes open from deep. Used a lot of iron, came out, and PB collects the loose ball for the Pelicans. Orland shooting 40% from the field. Fears. Misi working against Reynaud, tried to punch it on him, and off the miss, PB collects the loose ball. Sacramento turned it over, and that's going to be a foul. A second, much room, that one short. And here's Fears. Sacramento down by 8. Fears with the 3. That's 2 for 2 for him. It's now a 12-0 run for the Pelicans.
And Jeremiah Fears, another young rookie for the Pelicans that has been really fantastic this season. 7th pick is Max Reynaud. Can't connect from long distance.
Boy, Cloud's been a great find for Sacramento from within the team's own system. Started the season in Stockton. Fears, a little heat check, left that one on the front rim. Cloud, your classic 3-and-D prototype. Those on the staff really admire his work at the defensive end as well. Hayes rejects the screen, pulls up from 15. Boy, that's 2 now that have gone to jerseys. Quick change. Achua. Hayes. That one falls. He was 2 after 2 that rattled halfway down and out. That one falls for Killian Hayes.
His numbers when he's in the starting unit and the second unit are drastically different. Shot the ball really well in his starts as Queen is going to miss that reverse layup. Kings coming back in transition.
Here's Achua. Lost the ball again. That's his second turnover.
And the turnovers are a problem. They need to tighten it up. Already 6 turnovers in the first quarter.
Under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Fears on the wing. Hawkins knocks down his second three. Hawkins, second-year player out of UConn. Speaking of UConn, took one on the chin tonight in the women's championship in the NCAA tournament, losing to Hall of Famer Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks. Congratulations to them. And here comes UConn up to Peavy. Peavy took his time, but a little bit too strong. You're UCLA. You like the UCLA Bruins. They're playing right now.
Yeah, they are playing against Texas.
There's Murphy. Skip pass to the corner. Hawkins driving the closeout. And that foul is going to...
The affinity that he has for the team that drafted him and where he spent his early career.
Derek Queen put his body on Renault. Got him in the air, but couldn't make the shot. Devin Carter into the front court. Carter has not attempted a shot yet or scored. Gets downhill. Missed it. Tipped it. No good. What do you make of the way that Devin Carter's played in the last few games?
He's done a good job kind of running the offense. It's difficult when, you know, you haven't been a large part of the rotation and involved, but he has done a good job.
Wow, wow, he was spinning like a DJ. Mom and Dad loving that shot.
Yeah.
Lee Clifford.
Yeah, you know, Devin, I think the tough part is, right, is to be able to find his groove as both a scorer and facilitating offense.
Derek Queen inside, unchallenged. Makes it a 7-point ball game again. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Rosen empties out the side. He's thirsty. Renault flashing to the middle of the paint. We've seen that movie a million times. That time Renault couldn't catch. Murphy out to the wing. Hawkins from deep. Got it. And it's a 10-point advantage for New Orleans.
And the bench for New Orleans have done a lot of the heavy lifting for them. 22 points already for that second unit for the Pelicans.
Fears all over McDermott on the away action. Clifford from 15 this time, left it short. Lee Clifford and his position coach, development coach, Depeche Mystery, have been working on his jumper a little bit more of late as Fears gets the easy lefty lay. Doug Christ during the season?
For a rookie during the course of a season, because you're coming out of a college season and then you're coming straight into an 82-game NBA schedule, and you usually drop weight really badly as a rookie. And so that is impressive that Max has been able to do that.
Wow, he got an auspicious bounce. Out of the timeout, Sacramento cuts the lead below double digits. Here's Fears into the front court being stuck by Carter. Off the flare, it's Hawkins, stepped out of bounds. It'll come back the other way to the Sacramento Kings.
One of the big differentials in this game. So if the Kings defensively can start to have their presence felt up their physicality, that's going to also help their offense get out in transition, score without a set defense.
Inside, Clifford with a nice dive drop to Renault with 12 in the ball game now. And that's the beauty of Lee Clifford. We saw his numbers a moment ago. If it's not scoring, he'll contribute at the other end of the court or playmaking. There's a look at the numbers on Maxime Renault. Fears around the screen from Queen. Derek Queen against Renault. Slowly, methodically, tipped it up twice and rebounded by DeRozan. Surveys, lays it off for Pun from deep. Fears looking down to it. Behind the screen, boy, he is fearless.
You're not going to be going under on him. You've got to step up and make sure he fills you. Nice little screen action right there for him on the perimeter, but you got to battle over. That is his third triple, I believe, in this game. So I think he's shown you that you got to honor it.
Sacramento down by 11. Here's DeRozan. Here's DeRozan. Got to a spot, steps through, and he dropped off his defender, Peavy.
That is just nasty.
Wow.
Nasty work there by DeMar DeRozan. I saw at the moment he went up in the air that he was going to slow step and finger roll it in.
His second field goal of the ball game on 4 attempts. Trey Murphy elevating and finishing as Cardwell gets ready to come back into the ball game for Doug Christie. Sacramento shooting 41% from the field. Here's Carter. Been conspicuous by his silence offensively and really hasn't looked to score much until now. May have heard me. Left it on the front rim from 3.
Yeah, the 2 times you've mentioned it in the first half, he's actually taken a shot on that exact same possession, but those are the only 2 as it's another 3 mark for this Pelicans team. That time, Trey Murphy the third.
He got a burner. 14-point advantage. DeRozan off the wide pin. Working against the rookie Fears. Clifford shakes out. Renault fouled by Misi. That's going to be on the ground. Boris Diaw, the GM of the French national team, has been following him and tracking him.
We've seen him a lot recently.
3 times this year. Better hope he doesn't try to abduct him. Jeez. 11-point lead for the Pelicans. Fears. Those international reps will be good for the young center for the Sacramento Kings. And looking forward to seeing him and Keegan Murray on the wings for the Kings next year.
And that has been one of the oddest things about it. You get traded at deadline, you play 2 games, you get injured in that game, and then the surgery on his eye. He had to stay away from the team. He could not be on the bench and traveling as his eye was healing after the surgery. So it's such an odd thing as a player.
Cardwell, little push shot. Reminiscent of former King Rashawn Holmes. Some kind of motion there. Fears on the cross, got by his defender. Misi inside. Fears back out to Hawkins. Boy, they had the Kings in rotation like rotisserie chicken.
And that's 7 triples in this first half so far for the New Orleans Pelicans. And it's their bench that is performing at a high level. 30 points for that second unit of the Pelicans.
Yeah, compared to just 13 for Sacramento. Clouden trying to fix a little bit of that. Off the mark, Cardwell. 13 foul. Hayes sprays it out to Achua from deep. Line drive never made it. Cardwell inside. Hey, he's looking to score tonight.
Looking to score in and around that rim. Second chance opportunities, not looking to kick it out. It's 2 in a row for Dylan Cardwell. I like that side.
Hey, if you earn it with the offensive rebound, why not? Fears, Misi, slam. And the Pelicans back up 52-38. Doug Christie makes the call. Loudon sets the knockoff screen for Cardwell. Loudon into the corner. Achua gonna buy another 3. That line drive no good. And here comes Williamson. Warded him off early. Bay knocks down the 3 ball. And the biggest lead of the ball game now standing at 17.
And the Kings have yet to hit a 3 here in the second quarter as Devin Carter trying to get one to go at the rim. But on the flip side, 5 triples in the second quarter for this Pelicans team. So that is where they are gaining even more separation.
Nice in and out dribble by Carter. Got the Hayes touching paint. Little teardrop is no good. Cardwell with another offensive board and another jump hook put back. That's 3 in a row for him in as many attempts.
And there it is. When you look to score, especially with how effective he is on the offensive glass, and he is immediately turning and looking at the basket.
Well, you love to see
he needs.
Dylan Cardwell, nice bounce back quarter here for him in the second period after getting into foul trouble early in the first. Sacramento down by 13. Neither team missing from the free throw line yet. Approaching 3 minutes to go. Williamson against Cardwell. See how he guards on the wing. Bay tries, rejected at the rim, but fouled by Cardwell.
How it is written in the rule book. And so it's crazy when you're flipping through social media and you see throwbacks to like the 90s and guys are getting karate chopped in the head with no call. It's so different, the adjustment.
15-point lead for the Pelicans. Hayes out top. Around the screen. One more into the corner. Clifford drives a closeout, elevates. And nice jelly at the rim by the rookie. And a steal and bucket by Clouden.